From polished metal to flying floral shirts, U.S. Airlines once wore their personalities on their fuselages. In this second part, we dive deeper into the golden age of U.S. vintage airline branding. Some elegant, some outrageous, but all unforgettable. Here are 10 more legendary liveries that helped define American skies and turn heads doing it. Number 10. Continental Airlines. Corporate cool with a golden twist. Before the globe logo we all know today, Continental rocked a look that was straight out of a 1960s boardroom with style. A sleek golden tail emblazoned with a bold red and orange globe, affectionately called the Meatball, gave Continental's aircraft a corporate yet creative identity. This livery launched in 1968 and dominated the fleet well into the deregulation era. It adorned 727s, DC-10s, and other jet-age workhorses, making Continental's fleet look as sharp on the tarmac as in the boardroom. Continental even painted its boarding stairs and ground vehicles to match the livery, so from gate to seat, the branding felt seamless and intentional, a rarity among U.S. carriers at the time. The gold tail shimmered in the sun, a symbol of Continental's ambition to be a serious, modern player. Think Mad Men on a 727. Number 9. Bonanza Airlines, the route of the gold stripes. Before Hughes Air West and the infamous Top Banana took over the West, there was Bonanza Airlines, flying boldly out of Phoenix with a fleet of Fairchild F-27s and DC-9s that made a name for themselves in the rugged Intermountain West. Bonanza's livery featured a polished silver fuselage with warm cheat lines and a bold, stylized red-orange B logo on the tail. While some fans have mistakenly dubbed it a Thunderbird, it was in fact a sleek, modern take on the airline's initial. Simple, sharp, and proudly regional. The airline's slogan, Route of the Golden Stripes, wasn't just a catchy phrase. Painted gold lines ran the length of the fuselage, giving its aircraft a sense of speed and prestige. Bonanza was known for pioneering regional jet service with the DC-9, and it brought first-class amenities to small cities from Salt Lake to Tucson. Number 8. Air Florida, palm trees and sunshine. Before it became infamous for a tragic crash in 1982, Air Florida was one of the most recognizable discount airlines in the U.S., thanks to its vibrant, beachy branding that practically smelled like sunscreen. The livery featured a turquoise blue and lime green color palette, with a stylized neon palm tree on the tail that looked straight out of a 1980s Miami postcard. The fuselage was clean and mostly white, with colorful cheat lines that suggested tropical breezes and warm weather waiting just a boarding pass away. It was simple, cheerful, and highly effective in making people feel like vacation had already begun. Founded in 1971, Air Florida grew rapidly during deregulation, eventually flying to over 30 destinations in the US, the Caribbean, and Europe, including London Gatwick with its leased DC-10s. Its slogan, Fly a Little Kindness, wasn't just fluff. Flight attendants were known for their casual uniforms and friendly, laid-back service. The airline became so popular that in 1981 it carried more passengers from Washington, D.C. to Florida than any other carrier. And yes, Air Florida was a low-cost pioneer long before that became trendy. Their aggressive pricing and sun-soaked marketing turned them into a favorite for college spring breakers and retirees alike. Number 7. Aloha Airlines, the Flying Aloha Shirt. Some liveries whisper. Aloha's screamed, "You're in Hawaii now," with a tail adorned in vibrant red hibiscus and a bold script logo across the fuselage. It looked less like an aircraft and more like it had been upholstered in a beach towel. Debuting in the 1970s, the livery became a regional icon, covering 737-200s that crisscrossed the islands. Flight attendants even wore matching floral patterns. Even the boarding passes were color-coded by island and printed with flower motifs. Aloha leaned fully into the experience. Passengers were often greeted with a warm aloha and a smile that matched the tail's energy. For many travelers, this livery was their first welcome to paradise. And while Aloha Airlines is no more, that flamboyant floral vibe still echoes in Hawaiian skies. Number 6. Ozark Airlines, Flight of the Swallows. Ozark's branding was humble, regional, and utterly poetic. Its most famous livery matched two flying swallows on the tail, caught mid-dive, symbolizing speed, grace, and the airline's Midwestern roots. Flying mainly DC-9s and FH-227s, Ozark didn't need flashy gimmicks. The design spoke to locals. Based in St. Louis, it served heartland cities with dependability and charm. At its peak, Ozark flew to over 100 destinations, often landing at airports overlooked by larger carriers. Its reliability made it a favorite among business travelers, while its friendly Midwestern crews earned it a reputation for down-to-earth hospitality. Pilots and crews wore the swallow pin with pride, and the logo became a symbol of honest flying, long before marketing buzzwords like authentic were cool. Number 5. Eastern Airlines, the Golden Falcon Jet. Before Eastern's iconic hockey stick livery of the 1970s, the airline dazzled the jet age with one of the most majestic designs ever painted on a commercial aircraft. Before Eastern's iconic hockey stick livery of the 1970s, the airline dazzled the jet age with one of the most majestic designs ever painted on a commercial aircraft, the Golden Falcon Jet. Introduced in the early 1960s, this livery featured a polished silver lower fuselage, a rich navy blue cheat line, bold red and gold pinstripes, and a proud proclamation: "Fly Eastern's Golden Falcon Jet," emblazoned along the cabin windows in gold and crimson. But the real showstopper was the gold falcon on the tail, its wings stylized like an arrow ready to strike. This design evolved from earlier, simpler liveries that featured a stylized falcon logo and minimalist navy cheat lines, but the Golden Falcon Jets turned heads. DC-8s, Electras, and Convairs looked sharper than ever, especially at the golden hour. It wasn't just a paint scheme, it was a statement, and even today, collectors seek out model replicas of these elegant sky limousines. Number 4. Hughes Air West, the Top Banana. If subtlety's your thing, skip this one. Hughes Air West painted its fleet banana yellow. Literally. The nickname? Top Banana in the West. The tail, a bold W logo that looked like a melted tuning fork, launched in the early 1970s. The livery made Douglas DC-9s and Fairchild F-27s impossible to miss. Even the flight attendants' uniforms were yellow. Maintenance crews wore matching yellow coveralls, and even the ticket counters were color-coordinated. Hughes Air West became so associated with the color that passengers joked about boarding banana boats, a nickname the airline cheekily embraced in advertising. The airline leaned into it with cheeky slogans like Hughes Air West, Top Banana. Period. It was loud, unapologetic branding, and honestly it worked. Nobody forgot these jets. Number 3. Northwest Airlines, the Bowling Shoe. Now here's a livery that divided a nation. Nicknamed the Bowling Shoe for its odd color combo, burgundy and gray with a wide black stripe, it launched in the mid-1990s and instantly caused a stir. Was it hideous? Maybe. Was it iconic? Oh, definitely. It covered 747s, A320s, and DC-10s alike. Designed to signal a post-merger rebrand, it felt forced, but it stuck. Spotters loved it, crews tolerated it, and passengers definitely remembered it. The redesign followed Northwest's merger with Republic Airlines and was intended to project seriousness and global ambition. Internally, some staff dubbed it corporate camouflage, while others claimed it looked like a battleship in economy class, fitting for an airline with Midwest grit. Today, it's one of those so bad it's good icons in livery lore. Number 2. Western Airlines, the Indian Head. Before airline branding became safe and corporate, there was Western Airlines' Indian Head livery. The livery featured a striking red tail emblazoned with a crisp white silhouette of a Native American chief in full headdress, angled forward as if riding the wind. A sharp red cheat line ran the length of the fuselage, tapering as it met the tail, drawing the eye back to that bold cultural symbol. Against the otherwise silver or white body, the contrast made the airline instantly recognizable on any ramp. It wasn't just a logo, it looked like motion frozen mid-flight. The design debuted in the 1950s and stayed well into the jet age, covering Electras, DC-10s, and 720s. It was daring, distinctive, and very much of its era. While the slogan, "The only way to fly," wasn't painted on the aircraft, it echoed through Western's bold marketing, catchy jingles, animated mascots, and over-the-top TV ads. Whether seen as bold branding or problematic symbolism today, it remains a significant part of airline history. Few liveries were ever this striking, or this tied to identity. Hey, before we crown number 1, don't forget to like and subscribe if retro airline design still makes your heart skip a beat. Because the final entry? Oh, it's gold-plated glamour in full afterburner. Number 1. National Airlines, the Sun King. There are bold liveries. There are loud liveries. And then there's National's Sun King. a shimmering blend of orange, gold, and metallic bronze with a crown-like sunburst on the tail. A deep metallic orange cheat line swept elegantly along the fuselage, bordered by bronze accents and framed by a bold white upper fuselage. But it was that sunburst crown, a radiant spiked golden emblem fanning upward on the tail, that gave the aircraft its royal aura. It looked like something out of a solar dynasty, glowing even under cloud cover. Flying from Miami across the US and into Europe, National wanted to look regal, warm, and unforgettable. Oh, and they nailed it. The livery appeared on DC-10s and 727s, and when the sunlight hit it just right, it looked like royalty on final approach. It was more than paint. It was presence. If you ever saw the Sun King parked on a ramp, you didn't just want to board. You wanted to bow.